Welcome, fellow Motorevators. This is my latest sound project. I'm going to put a Scale Sound Systems speaker, two of them actually, in this SD45-2. According to the packaging and Scale Sound Systems website, these speakers are the same as are used on SD60 and SD70 Genesis models and the SDP45. I have got a pair of SDP45s as well. I have not upgraded those speakers, but I thought I'd do it to this baby because it just sounds a little bit, I don't know, a little weak. So I'm going to do this engine, and I'm going to take you along, and you're going to hear it before, you're going to hear it afterwards, and I'll show you a couple of steps along the way if anything seems unusual. I'm not going to make you watch every little step, every little screw turn, every little soldering that I have to do. So let's start with the sound. That's what she sounds like now. Let's turn on the bell. The horn's a little bit loud. I don't remember if this is still at factory settings. I think it is. It's a little loud for my taste. Come back in. So anyways, I thought that it could benefit from a little bit more bass response, and these speakers by Scale Sound Systems, my opinion, they bring out the bass sounds a lot better. So let's get going. I'll bring you over to the workbench and show you some of the things I find as I'm working along on it. Alright, here we have the shell and the chassis separated. I had a little bit of trouble getting the back end of the chassis removed. It seemed to have gotten caught on the speaker right here. Other than that, it wasn't too difficult. There are two screws up here on either end of the fuel tank. One on this is the right side front, and the left side on the rear. And then you have the two screws, of course, for your couplers. Now, this installation is going to require the removal of the round speaker right there, and this weight right here is going to be replaced by that speaker. So how is this going to be stuck in place? I don't know. Let's take the speaker out and find out. So the screws don't actually go into the speaker, they just hold the edges of the speakers. So what I'm going to need to do at this stage is I'm going to have to wire up the speakers. I'm going to have to run wire, well anyways, I'll show you when I'm done. But I'm going to have to run one wire to there, and then I think the other one goes to the front speaker, and then one between. And because I'm using two speakers, you have to have them in the right polarity, or otherwise the sound will be out of phase. So when I get them wired up, I'll show you how things look. Alright, the speakers are all installed. It works. I tested it on my test track, and now I'm ready to put it together. I've already test fit it. I took it apart to make sure I got a good picture for everybody, and showed you how everything works and some of the issues I ran into. First of all, this speaker here is not the correct one for this particular model. That is a 2860. This one back here is the 2800. This should be a 2845 to go in the SD45-2. The kicker, the problem is, I'll show you here, this mounting tube right here needs to go right here, and this speaker is too big for that location. It will fit, it's just going to be really tight in here. And the other thing I noticed, so anyways, this isn't the right speaker. It'll work. What you want to look for is, I think, the 2845. I'll put it down below to just to confirm. I have it on the computer, but this is the receipt. That's the one I purchased. Now, let's see. Explain to you what else I did here. So this is the replacement for the round speaker, and boy, this is really tight. Originally I had this, I want to make sure this is showing well. Originally I had this speaker 90 degrees, so these two wires were over this way, oriented this way. And there's no way that the speaker box would fit into the space inside here. It's kind of rectangular behind there. And it has to go this way, or 180 degrees, so that these two contacts are down. As it is, this is going to be really, really tight. And as I said before already, this isn't the correct speaker. It should be a slightly smaller box, but it'll fit. And let's see, what else? I ran a single wire. Let's see, the red wire you can see is going to the original speaker location. And then I ran a single purple wire to the red contact to red contact. And then I went black back to the decoder. So this is how she goes in. Very, very tight. You have to be careful to make sure the wires go in to the shell. Oh, the other thing that happened as I was taking it apart after I test fitted was that one of the pickup wires for the front truck pulled out. Okay, now here you can see, I think, how tight this is right here. These two wires going to the speaker. I'll try and lift it up and show you. Can you see? Look how tight that is. I have to spread the shell a little bit and push it in. And that red wire is still not in the right place. And it doesn't want to go on the front either. Got the front speaker going in, the back speaker is not. There it goes. Now if I'm lucky, everything will work. There it goes. Welcome back, folks. The SD45-2 is all back together again, and the speakers are in position, wired up, and making noises. Let's give a listen to how this thing sounds. Let's see. There's a horn. You got a bell? Yeah. Now it just so happens that right next to me, right just to the left, I have an SDP45 with the stock speaker in it. So let me dial it up on my throttle here and see if I can make some noise out of that thing. Oh, there it is, 3648 right there. Well, it didn't go through the startup sequence. So that's the stock speaker there. Right there. So let's turn off that. That's the 45-2. I think the SDP45 with the stock speaker is set a little bit louder. I don't know. Right now I would say I like the SDP45 better. What do you think? Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I'm going to turn that one off. I'm going to leave this one on. And one of the things I noticed about it is quite interesting. Let me get the SDP45 out of the way. Now, just for the record, the speaker system, the stock speaker in the SDP45 is the same as the stock speaker in the SD45-2. But this has two speakers in it, and one of the things I noticed is it doesn't really sound like there's two speakers right now, but when you put yourself, I'm going to move the camera right up over the engine, it definitely sounds like two speakers. Hopefully the microphone can pick it up in the camera. Yeah, so anyways, let me know what you think down below. I have two SDP45s, Genesis obviously. I may or may not go through all the machinations of putting the same speakers as on the SD45-2. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the wire about it. Let me know what you think. If you like this video and you got this far through it, I hope you don't hate it. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up down below, please. And if you have some comments, suggestions, questions, make them positive and put them down below as well. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being there. And I hope you have fun with your model railroading. Bye for now. The horn's a little bit loud. I don't remember if this is still at factory settings. I think it is. It's a little loud for my taste. Come back here.